Chapter 122. We made a child from this power. In the sky above the heavenly moon mountain range, an invisible wave appeared, stirring the wind and clouds. It caused the wind and clouds to look like they were changing. However, if one approached and observed, they would see palaces of different colors floating in the white clouds, forming a huge circular ray formation that looked like a yin-yang diagram. At this moment, among the many floating palaces, a purple palace condensed into a huge energy vortex, causing many people to walk out of the other palaces with shocked expressions. In the corridor of a golden palace, a handsome young man was puzzled. Senior Master has the highest chance of forming the nascent soul among the inner sect elders. Could she be breaking through which caused this natural chasm? On the other side, in the Snow-White Palace, a beauty in white replied from afar. This is the trademark scene of dual cultivation. Senior Master Ziyu has never dual cultivated with anyone before. In the Bronze Palace on the side, a middle-aged man wearing a silk scarf appeared and commented. Liu Wuxia stood outside the Violet Moon Palace and looked at the commotion in the sky with a complicated expression. The teleportation formation fluctuated, and Ximenla appeared with an ugly expression. He looked at Liu Wuxia coldly. Master asked Sanshi to help her cultivate. Liu Wuxia smiled bitterly. Other than him, who else do you think Master will look for? Damn it, your Dao companion has only been in the sect for 2 months. What right does he have to replace me? Ximenla clenched his fists, his eyes filled with unwillingness and jealousy, as he questioned, why did you bring him to the Yaomoon Palace? Liu Wuxia sneered, Senior brother Ximen, is it difficult to admit that my man is better than you? Your man. Ximenla was so angry that he laughed. He mocked, is he still your man now? You haven't interacted with Master for long, so you don't know how controlling she is. Since she used Sanshi, do you think she will leave him alone in the future? Liu Wuxia's face turned pale. She gritted her teeth and stopped talking. In the Yaomoon Palace, snatching Dao companions often happens. If you want to blame someone, blame him for being too suitable for dual cultivation with women. Ximenla's eyes were dark. I think that once he appears, not only will Master be interested, but many senior masters will also want to snatch him away. I think he will be squeezed dry sooner or later. Stop it! Liu Wuxia snorted and walked down the stairs to return to her cave abode. She understood that if she wanted to snatch her man back, she had to be strong enough. When she reached the perfect foundation in establishment realm, she would have a chance to surpass her master. At that time, she would make her master regret snatching her man. In the air above, thoughts converged and communicated in the air. Junior sister Ziyu is really fast. She's only been in the beginner realm for less than 100 years, but she's actually going to break through to the nascent soul realm. Who's the dual cultivator she found? He can actually circulate the yin-yang splendor secret technique to this extent. She seems to be her disciple's Dao companion. TSK. How shameless, she even snatched her disciple's man. Don't laugh, as long as she can form her nascent soul, everything she does is justify. Someone suddenly said this, making the person who mocked him speechless. At this moment, an old voice sounded. Hi you. Since someone in the palace has broken through, pay attention to the situation of the array formation. Don't give anyone a chance to attack. Yes. Senior Sect Master, a Sect Master spoke. The Golden Core cultivators discussed between each other for a moment before quietening down. Only the spiritual chi vortex continued to spin. In the palace, Sanshi's cultivation level was increasing as if he was on a plane. In less than half a month, his right temple began to glow. This acupuncture point was easily broken open by the dual cultivation power of the two of them, and a huge space was opened up in an instant. So fast, Sanshi sighed. The further one progressed in the 9-Yang divine technique, the more difficult it would be to open up acupuncture points due to the continuous strengthening of the physical body. Originally, a conservative estimate of 2 months was needed to open the 9th acupuncture point. Now, he had done it in half a month. It was unbelievably fast. When Sanshi's 9-Yang divine technique broke through to the perfection of the 3rd level, the 9th sun also appeared and his aura directly doubled. More 9-Yang essence energy surge, and Sanshi reached the late-stage foundation establishment realm. A small portion of the space he occupied was instantly expanded by the 9-Yang essence energy. He felt like they were on par with each other, that he had an intrusive thought. He could fight with Ziyu. Good breakthrough. Ziyu was overjoyed. She formed a seal with both hands, and the yin-yang image, it transformed into quickly enlarge. Then, it suddenly changed and began to spin with him at the center. Sanshi, I'll temporarily borrow all your essence energy. I'll return it to you after I break through. The seal formed by Ziyu changed, and the yin-yang image reversed. All the nearby power gathered into her body. It was as if Sanshi had encountered a black hole. The power in his body surged towards Ziyu uncontrollably and was swallowed by the woman. You suck slower. His body felt weak, and he couldn't withstand Ziyu's suction. Under his power, Ziyu's aura became stronger and stronger. New runes appeared on her body, shining brightly. It was obvious that Ziyu's spirit body was improving. Of course, this was because there was a mysterious transformation happening in her body. He looked at the surrounding spirit stones quickly dimming and turning into ashes. He could not help but be shocked. This woman was really sucking too much at once. Even the spirit stones could not withstand it. In the outside world, the vortex suddenly trembled and was swallowed by a terrifying devouring power. Heaven and earth suddenly quieted down and became calm. It felt like the calm before a storm. Pairs of eyes landed on Violet Moon, each holding different meanings in their gazes. She's really going to succeed. How enviable. She entered the beginner realm after me, but broke through first. I'm almost at the end of my lifespan, but she, a junior, is actually going to break through. Comparisons are odious indeed. All the inner sect elders were envious. It was already extremely difficult to condense a golden core at the foundation establishment realm, and it was 10 to 100 times harder to reach the nascent soul realm. Among them, the older ones were about to die of old age, while the younger ones were 300 to 500 years old. None of them had broken through. In fact, no one in the entire Yao Moon Palace had formed their nascent soul in the past 1,000 years. It could be seen how difficult this feat was. As they sighed, the silence outside lasted for a moment. Boom! With a loud bang, the air above Violet Moon Palace distorted, and energy fluctuations were released. In the next moment, a beam of purple light shot into the sky and shook the sect protecting formation. In the pillar of light, a powerful fluctuation that surpassed the power of the golden core realm spread out, forming a terrifying pressure that made the hearts of the entire inner sect sink. Those with lower cultivation levels were directly pressed to the ground. Even the breathing of golden core realm cultivators became much more suppressed from the pressure. Senior Master Ziyu succeeded. When the inner sect disciples realized this possibility, they all admired her and started to treat her as their idol. In the Violet Moon Palace, Sanshi lay limply on the ground. His essence energy completely devoured. He looked at Ziyu with a helpless expression. It had been a long time since he was so weak. "Are you all right?" With a joyful voice, a little girl appeared in front of Sanshi. This was a baby girl. She was cute and looked like she was carved from crystal. She looked like a fairy from the moon and said gratefully, "Don't be anxious. This is a normal reaction. I'll feed you my cultivation later." However, Sanshi's pupils constricted. He looked at the purple baby in front of him and said, in surprise, "This I even managed to make a child from this."